scan the original as well as your makeover and send it to my email ID given in the chat box. The 16 student participants from the 4 houses, Orion, Pegasus, Phoenix, and Hercules, will have 1 minute to present their ideas to the judges. You have to explain what you did not like about the original when you saw it for the first time, and what is the makeover that you've done. So you may start in 3, 2, and 1.
Okay. It is 10:12 now. You will get 30 minutes. And I'll give you the warning at 5 minutes before the end of the 30 minutes. So please put on your cameras. You will be focused now. And you can start your work. Keep the original work on your table so that the judges can see while you are making your own image. And don't forget to write your name and house on the top of the paper. And please write your class and division also. The first thing you have to do is write your name, write your house, and class and division. Your time starts now. Judges, the students are given 30 minutes to draw their image. And they'll be live and it is virtual. You can have a look. And based on that, based on the criteria, you can mark them.
Okay, sir. Right now, only 6 learners are here.
Yes,
right?
yes, only 6 are.
Okay, no.
As and when they join, I'll admit them.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Is it possible to that learners can turn the camera or maybe they set up like that so we can see the what they are doing the work and all?
Participant, please put on your camera so that they can see, the judges can see your working table.
I too thought of saying the same thing. Turn it. Maybe your body will not be seen.
Yeah,
much.
how the Aditi turn the camera like that on the whole table, we can see properly what she's doing that way.
Please adjust your camera so that the judges can see your working table. Please adjust your camera. Still, the judges are not happy. They're not able to see your working table.
So it is only this much for us. He tried his level best, but still the full clarity is not there. Yes, for us, you can go ahead.
Is it learners are using the digital medium also, or
no? They have selected one original album cover or maybe book cover.
No. The medium, whichever they're using the medium, like a poster color, watercolor, or actually, but they are using a digital medium or what?
It's the real one.
Okay.
I request the judges to view from a gallery, so that you can see all the.
Yeah, even
Samruddhi, your only face is visible. Can you show your working table? No, still you have to adjust. Yeah.
Take it a little more.
Yeah. Judges, are you happy now? Are you able to see? Yeah.
Sir, can I just turn my camera off for a minute to just adjust everything on the table?
Yeah, please.
Is the learners are allowed to use the software and all?
No.
No, because Akshat are using some digitally. That's why I just asked you.
Akshata, what exactly you're looking at? Where is your original cover?
Sir, I have my original book in like my phone. I'm just using my phone. I'm
But
just using the image.
How will you send it to us?
Sir, I'll just take a pic.
Okay.
So I can see Akshat Sinha is working on the tablet. Digital media is not allowed, isn't it?
No, not allowed.
He's working on a tablet. You can see him.
So it's not
Okay.
allowed.
Yeah, it is.
Akshat, I told you to
Yeah.
take a A4 paper, drawing paper.
So I don't
Yeah,
have paper. My medium has dried out. All my medium, like pens and stuff.
Then how can we consider your work?
So I'll just take 5 minutes. Is that okay? I'll just assemble.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The instructions were very clearly given twice.
Thanks, Mr. Santosh, for bringing it. I thought that it is a letter pad. So I saw only from the division small one, just looking like a letter.
Samriddhi is fine. Aditi is fine. Aditya is fine. Even Alaika is fine. Faraz Ali Khan is also fine. Vrinda, you can put off your camera if you don't want to put on your camera.
I am here only.
And be here only, Vrinda. Students, by chance, if you complete the work before 30 minutes, you can immediately scan both the original and the image and send it to Rinda. If you don't remember the email ID, it is already given in the chat box. Aditi, your camera is off.
Sir, I'm just getting some material from the other room. Is that all right? Akshat, your camera is off.
Sir, I'm done. I'm just like taking the picture.
Okay, you're done. You have finished the work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please scan both the things and send it to Rinda.
Can you please show us also, Akshat, if suppose if you're done? So that can be seen on the lively right now.
Sir, 1 second.
Yeah.
It will be displayed to you, sir, again.
Okay, no.
Yeah. All the works will be displayed to you.
No, it's okay, sir. Right now, suppose you can show us.
Akshat, you can show your work. to one of the judges?
Yeah, so just give me 1 second.
Please write your name and house properly on the top.
Sir, is it okay if I want to make some changes? And should
Yeah,
I
but
just,
please put on your camera, but
okay.
we don't know what exactly you're doing. Whatever you want to do, put on the camera and do it. Still your camera is not on. That's fine.
Very good. Huh? जाओ ना वरती चला ना मयूरला सांगा मी येतोय म्हणून
Even after submitting your work, please put on your cameras.
Yeah, stay with us. That would be good.
You have 5 minutes more to complete your work. 5 minutes more. Students, I'm giving you 3 minutes grace time because there are two different timings set. According to my watch, it was different, and Mr. Mark's watch is different. So I'll give 3 minutes grace time.
So can I turn my camera off to scan?
Yeah. And both the original and the
Yes,
makeover
sir.
and send it to Rinda.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you want the email ID, it is in the chat box.
Virendra can start compiling it, putting the PPT.
Those who have finished can scan and send the images.
Is it possible Akshat can show his work because it's completed earlier, right?
No, they might have taken that one in their mind, but they are drawing it just now.
Is it an A4 size
These are
paper?
just given to-
It's not A4. It's very
No,
small.
sir, I'm doing some editing.
Okay.
I have to put it and then I have to add features and stuff. I'm not
Okay.
done.
So is it possible within a 3 minutes we can do? We can do
Yeah,
it
so I'll just take
right
a
now
few
because 2
minutes.
minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do it fast, beta. Yeah, 2 minutes more. Last 1 minute. Malaika, once you submit your work, please put on your camera.
Yes, I'm just having some problems with the file uploading to Outlook. So that's why I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay. Now it's time up now. Stop writing and scan the images.
Samruti, sure. Once it is stated, you have to stop it. Wherever you are, it's okay, just stop it. Now take the scan and send it. Before that, you are allowed to write your name and
Is that
house
okay?
name.
So I'll now just scan the picture.
Yeah. So if you have not written your name, you can write your name. Yes, Samruti. Yes, Samruti, you want to ask something?
So I've just drawn it. I haven't colored it. Is that okay?
No, because as per the time,
I'm just uploading. So
whatever you have done, because it's a time, it's a competition. So you cannot give extra time. You have to follow the rules.
I may not give extra time for anyone. Even if it is incomplete, please scan it and send it.
Whatever, yeah. So like an examination. What will you do?
Brinda, did you get any one scan at least now? Brinda?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
So are we supposed to send it like a PDF or an image?
Both are okay.
Take a picture.
Okay, a picture.
Converting it to
Send it to me as an image, please.
Image, send it as an image.
All right.
Hope all of you have written your name and house properly, because this is an inter-house competition. The house name also is very important.
same time, Virinda also should do her work faster. So these things you cannot take care.
Once you have submitted your document, put on your camera and stay back.
Possible, sir, now whoever is submitted, those learners can show us the work on the front of the camera.
Yeah.
Aditi and
Sometimes that can be done.
Parag.
I'll tell you, sir, exactly what is going to happen now.
Okay.
Let them submit the work. Aditya, you have submitted? Alaika?
Just wait, sir. I'm getting the original picture.
Alaika, have you submitted your work?
So can Brinda confirm if she's gotten my email?
Vrinda, can you confirm, please?
I'm just checking it once.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any mail yet.
Alaika, it has not come.
Check the email ID once again.
It is there in the chat box. The email ID is again written in the chat box. Please take that.
Vrinda, once again, check that spelling of that. Because none of the mails have come to you, means then check that spelling, please.
Mr. Sarath,
Yeah.
are we done?
No, still time is there.
Okay.
Savia, this is bit lengthy event.
Can Brinda confirm if she's gotten mine?
Is that?
Brinda, can you please confirm if you got mine now?
But I like ours.
So once you are getting it now, Vrinda, you can tell the name. Yes, I received Alexa's. I got Farah's one, like that, so that they can hit alert. Otherwise, they will be resending.
I got Aditya's.
Only Aditya. Good. What about Alaika?
Received, so I got a like.
Keep saying once you are getting it.
Hello?
I got Akshat's as well.
Okay, 3.
Sir, did you get my submission?
Vrinda, can you confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, please put on your cameras, children. Okay, Vrinda, you carry on with your presentation. In the meanwhile, I'll introduce the judges, right? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. At the outset, let me wish you all the children a very, very happy Children's Day today. And for the knowledge of the judges, Miss Vrinda Agarwal is our grade 12 student who is Master of Ceremony. She is going to compile all the images and put it one by one on the screen. And as and when the students, as and when the images are shown on the screen, the students will come and explain what exactly the makeover has been done from the original one. So based on that, you can judge them and mark them. Okay. Our first judge, Mr. Santosh Kumar, is an art teacher at Aga Khan School. He has a bachelor's degree in fine art from the College of Art. He has been in the field of education and teaching visual art for nearly 20 years now. So he has got a very vast experience. He has experience of teaching in various international schools in India and abroad, and continue to love teaching to all levels of children, teens and adults also. He's a visual art and moderator and excellent essay examiner too. He has been involved in arranging various exhibitions in art, the latest exhibition being organized in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Mr. Santosh spends a lot of time in class exploring a lot of art and artists, techniques and building skills, and creating artworks for personal and community display. Thank you so much, Mr. Santosh, for doing the difficult job of judging this and also accepting my invitation at the last moment. Thank you so much. And second judge is Mr. Manish Sutar. I thank you also, Mr. Manish Sutar, being, last year also you have been associated with the Indus International School, Pune. And this year also you accept my invitation wholeheartedly. And to tell something about you is you have a bachelor's degree in fine art. And Mr. Manish is basically an artist and visual art facilitator in one of the prestigious Ivy World School in Mumbai. He has 4 solo painting exhibitions to his credit. He has also participated in the International Taiwan Art Revolution. He has received few awards at the state and national level. And Manish is at present working at JBC and International School in Mumbai. So this is a brief introduction of our judges, who are highly experienced and very good artists, basically. And they're all working in international baccalaureate organization schools. Thank you very much once again, both the judges. I already shared the judging sheet to both of you this morning. Please update the scores as per your judging and send it to us as soon as possible, because we are going to stream live the final closing ceremony at 12 o'clock. And before that, if you send us the results, it will be nice for us to, upload these scores on the school website so that the house positions will be decided as soon as possible and before 12 o'clock. Thank you very much, students, for taking part in this, even though the attendance is a little thin, maybe because of Sunday and maybe some other reasons. I thank Mr. Mark also being very, all the time with me, and special thanks to Ms. Vrinda Agarwal. And now let us wait for the PPT presentation. And judges, you can have a look at the images which are going to be shown on the screen, and you can mark your. Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready, beta?
Yes, sir. I'll just
share. Yeah, you can share the screen.
Yeah, very fast. Completed all 6.
Very good.
One small word I wanted to say, Mr. Santosh Kumar was with us about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. He was a teacher here, art teacher here for 5 consecutive years. After that only he moved to Tanzania.
Yeah, he's our good friend and a colleague for more than 5 years. He was at Indus Pune.
And I can see some of the students, I know them.
Oh, lovely.
They were very small.
That's something great.
I'm trying to recognize, but I know them.
Okay.
It's fantastic to be a
I
part of.
haven't received some Ruthi's email yet, so.
Who's this?
Yeah. Linda, can you share the screen better?
So I haven't received one email yet. So should I just continue or should I?
Who's in?
Who's
Sending.
Who has not sent so far?
Okay, whatever is available, you start showing.
No, how many have come?
You can start sharing the screen, Arinda. Let us call the first student. Yeah.
Student name. Student name is not seen.
Aditya.
Okay, so basically my album that I was doing was the original one is from a song called Harassment by Aver King. And I didn't like the original Harassment logo because it didn't properly reflect the song itself. Because in the song, if you listen to the song, you would be able to hear police sirens along with a monster. But it only shows a bloody hand within the side of forest, which does not properly reflect the song. So I decided to update it. So first I changed the background from a forest to an urban area. As you can see, we're in the middle of an alleyway. I changed it from day to night because night is when the monsters come out. That's the saying. And I made it so that there was a policeman who was holding a gun. It doesn't look like a gun because I suck at drawing, but he's holding a gun pointing at a face, a dark, menacing face in the darkness. So the face here has two eyes that are shaped in a mischievous way with a massive smile. You can't see, but there's hundreds of teeth in there. And above you can see a helicopter flying, showing that this is a citywide search using even airborne tactics to find this monster. So this officer was patrolling the alleyway, trying to find the monster when he stumbled across this thing. So it reflects the first thing, that there was a monster, which is this smiley face in the darkness. Second thing that it reflects is the police sirens. There's a police helicopter, there's a police hand, and there's also police in the background. He was driving in his police car when he found them. And that's the basic idea of why I didn't like the original Harassment and why I like this.
Aditya, you are from which house? You are from which house? You did not write your right house.
It says Orion.
Okay.
It's a bit blurry, but it says Aditya Bhusanavar, Orion, class 9.
Okay. Next slide.
Thank you.
Nia Gupta.
I think Nia also from Korean.
Okay, so that's it. Okay. So what I did with my album cover, I'm Faraz Ali Khan, I'm from MYP4, grade 9, and I'm from the house Orion. So the album that I chose for my makeover book, makeover album was the album Scaled and Icy by the band 21 Pilots. So now the original album cover, as you can see here, is a dragon that's sleeping with yellow fire coming out of his mouth. So even though this is like really good artwork, I feel that this did not properly represent what I felt from hearing the song. So what I wanted to do with this competition was I wanted to put down what I felt from the song into my own drawing, so as to create a reflection of what I felt from the song into visual art, so that everybody can see and as a way of expressing myself. So as you can see, there's a divide between the drawing, which splits the page into two halves. So one half says the original name of the album cover, that's Scaled and Icy, whereas the other side says Scaled Back and Isolated. So basically the reason the album was named Scaled and Icy was that it was a short form of Scaled Back and Isolated. And that is what I felt from hearing this album. So the divide in the middle is like a mirror that's actually distorting the scaled back and isolated into something really abstract. Like you can see lots of small little this thing, rectangles and squares, and everything's highly distorted and really, really abstract. But you can see after the mirror in the middle, the reflection that it creates and the feeling that gives me, which is depicted by the reflection, is, as you can see, a monitor behind the word scaled back and isolated. And below the monitor, you've got a keyboard, and below the keyboard, you can see a small mouse and a chair. So what this is supposed, like what I felt from the album was that it gave me, that the album nearly spoke to me about how the band felt like during COVID-19 and how isolated, and it really resonated with me. However, the album cover is, I don't think that it really portrays this properly. So what I wanted to do was show that how they were expressing themselves in a different way. Like even in the album, the music is in a happy tone, but you can see the vocals are really sad. So I wanted to show that contrast that was in the music album and give life to the visual art of the album cover to make it truly reflect what the song made me and many others feel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next slide.
Can you minimize it within 1 minute, please, students?
Aditi Kandelwal.
Okay. Good morning. So the book I chose was Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Personally, John Green is one of my favorite authors. But one thing I've never liked about him is his book covers, because they seem very minimalistic, even though his book titles are quite interesting and captivating. This book is my favorite John Green book, but it's my least favorite cover. And the few things I like from the book are its background color. Orange is a very striking color. So even if you haven't read about the book, if you see this color, you're naturally going to be attracted to it. And I like the font in which the title and his name is written. But what I didn't like the most is there are no turtles. And hence in my recreation, I added turtles. I kept the font. I tried to keep the font the same, and I kept the background orange as well. But I added a line of turtles which seem like they're descending, which explains the name, that they're going all the way down. And I'm trying to show that they're swimming, and they keep descending, as I said. And I created the background using highlighters instead of a solid color, because for some reason it reminds me of waves, and since turtles usually swim in water, it gives more of a peaceful feeling. So that was my question.
Okay. Thank you. Next slide. Akshat Sinha.
So the book I chose was Emily Ramaswamy, My Body. So it's like a new book. So technically, like the book, I like the book cover because it was like very simplistic and stuff. But like I felt like I could have like added so much more things if I was creating it. I could have added so much more graphics and stuff. So technically, the book talks about like how like the author is a big model. So she talks about how
Your
like
camera
people have,
on,
like,
please.
so yeah, 1 second.
Recording.
Can you see me?
Yes.
So technically she talks about like ways like she was shamed, and then she talks about how she feels about beauty. So from my perspective, I think beauty is such a universal thing and everybody. So I just talk about things like in the book cover. I felt like the book cover was very plain because the topic itself is so universal. You could have talked about it a lot. So I like drew it and then I talked about it. Then I wrote like a really like a few lines. So I technically made in my own summary of it and I wrote about it. So if somebody's reading the book, they can understand it better. And then at the side, there are like quotes written about beauty, body positivity, and how beauty is so universal. So I've just written about it in like a rough, shabby way. And then, yeah. So technically, yes.
Okay, thank you. Next slide. Alaika,
Okay. Yes, sir. So I chose an album cover.
Put on your camera. Put on your camera,
yes.
beta.
Yes, sir. Just a second. So can you see me now?
Yeah. Fine, go ahead.
So I chose Vivaldi's The Four Seasons because number one, Vivaldi's The Four Seasons, the album and all the music in it was made like decades ago. So it doesn't really fit the modern aesthetic of today. And although it was made a long time ago, people still really use his album and his works a lot in today's world. So I tried to give it a more modern and aesthetic approach, and I've tried to portray it in a more literal manner because in his original album cover you can't really see all the four seasons. So yeah.
Thank you.
I just seen it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody send it to me.
That's all, na, beta? Okay. Stop sharing your screen. And you can call Mr. Mark to propose your thanks.
So just give me a second. I'll just share my screen again because somebody just sent it to me after the presentation.
Okay.
They'll give a chance. There's time, sir. Don't worry. Compiling the marks, it won't take time. That's the judges are sending to us.
Okay. Samriddhi?
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've chosen The Great Gatsby because it was the first book that came into my mind when I thought of recreating a book cover. Because when I read the story, it's all about parties and it's about a self-made millionaire and his pursuit of a girl he was in love with when he was young. And it's all glamorous and gassy, but the book cover is quite plain and boring. And even the font isn't that great. So I changed the font. And you can see in the top left corner and the bottom right corner. In the top left corner, there's a girl peeking out of a window. And in the bottom right corner, there's a guy standing in a doorway. I also added a few fireworks because parties, and I changed the font a bit to make it more fancy. And the thing I didn't like about the original cover is that they didn't really add any glam to it. So I've done that in mine.
Okay, thank you. You're done with the slides, Vinda? Okay. Now I can call Mr. Mark to propose your thanks.
Yes, can we go ahead? Yeah. Happy Children's Day to dear students. I take this opportunity to thank the students for participating in the event, makeover, book, or album cover. Thanking Mr. Santosh Kumar and Manish Sutar for judging the students' work. We truly appreciate both of your efforts for accepting the invite on Sunday. I also a special thanks to Mr. Sharpalti and Brinda for making a lot of efforts and arrangement to make this event success. Thank you once again to everyone for making this event successful. Now we will be calculating the scores, and I request everyone to leave the call